It's week 2 of the NFL preseason, where depth charts and playbooks will be put to the test. It's the Rams and the Chargers, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
It was once just an idea until breaking ground in November of 2016, and now here it is in all its glory. Spectacular SoFi Stadium here in metropolitan Los Angeles.
Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis, happy to be back alongside you. And I'll tell you what, yes, it's just week 2 of the preseason, but now they've got one game under their belts, and a lot of guys trying to prove some stuff down on the field here today.
Not only that, these coaches like to win. And I used to think it really didn't matter who won in the preseason. Then I watched some of those shows that the NFL does, and you see the coaches in preseason after a loss jumping all over their guys. So I learned one valuable lesson. Wins and losses count no matter what time of year it is.
The ball on the tee, we're set for football. And we are underway in Southern California.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
So here's the Charger offense making their way out.
They'll be led out by their quarterback, the rookie from Florida State.
And I know everyone's trying to rein in their optimism just a bit, but he played awfully well in the opener. Yeah, he's got some things to work on, as every rookie does, but he gave us all a reason to believe that he could be the starter. Now he's got to prove it again here in game number 2.
Harris running straight ahead. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
And the Rams got him. They bring him down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Back to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, L.A.
Lad McConkey, 83 yards. And the Chargers need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. Boy, just zero hesitation from the rookie passer there, partner. He is coming out firing in this opening quarter.
And all the talk leading into this game was that pass rush talking about challenging this guy, getting into his grill, getting into his space. And how about him? Might be his first year in the NFL, but I don't see any fear in him at all. How about that big-time throw right out of the gate?
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
So out come the Rams now for their first possession. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his 3rd season in the league.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game, almost like basketball, where both teams press and one team gets an advantage, the other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
Bennett. Open man is Quintez Cephas.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll bring up second down. They'll send a receiver in motion left.
Up the middle, here's Corum.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Bennett now off play action.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
To throw is Bennett. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters to play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along, because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle, no mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Smith catches left side. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
The Chargers offense, led by their wide receiver, headed out for their second possession. And he's had an early impact on the game. Sensational so far. And they'll likely be looking to find more ways to get him involved.
The Charger drive about to get going. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10.
Oh, and this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
He'll drop to throw.
Over the middle and caught by McConkey.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They hand this off to Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. They're able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 4.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
That swung out wide to Harris.
And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
This is taken at about the 14. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game.
The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it.
And they're set up in a golden position here right around the 10-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
Chargers offense back onto the field. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. On the give, this is Harris. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers.
A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And how nice is it to have a guy like Najee Harris in the backfield when you get down near the goal line? He can use his 230-plus pound frame to just get you those tough yards, and he finishes things off here with a touchdown run.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And it's now 14-0. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10.
They'll run with Corum to begin the drive.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Here's 2nd and 10. Bennett working from the gun. That's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
From the shotgun, here's Bennett.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And he is going to have a Rams 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Off the play fake, it's Bennett.
Looking deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Offenses all over continue to be aggressive, and most people never turn down a shot at a deep ball. But oftentimes, it attracts a little bit of extra attention, and it did on that play, and that one got knocked away.
And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Bennett looking to throw.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And I don't think he got there. No. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. Sean McVay's gamble does not pay off. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. Well, down 2 touchdowns already. I guess they felt they needed to go for it, but still early, still 1st half.
I think conventional wisdom says, look, as you point out, you got a whole half to play. Hang in there. Don't give up any more points in this situation. Do a little adjusting at the half and come out ready to go. But sometimes those coaches can just sense their team. Maybe they're a little flat or they need a little extra inspiration, and he decided to go for it there to try and kickstart things.
He's airing it out for Williams. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw.
That to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line.
Off play action. Here's Bennett.
Wide open receiver complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
And Bennett will look to throw. Over the middle, he's got the hook up to Whittington.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be second down.
Bennett fakes a handoff, now to throw.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down.
Tuli Tuipulotu got in and dropped him. Was certainly not an ideal first quarter for him. Remember, he lost the fumble earlier, and here he ends up on the ground with a sack.
And sometimes what happens when you make a mistake early, you get too cautious going forward. Just cover up the football and take care of it and be able to cut it loose. Otherwise, your offense is going to stall.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 30. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. And that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
Back to throw, Bennett. He'll get that complete to Parkinson.
Only able to gain a couple there, and it's second down.
Looking to throw here, Bennett.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 13-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Bennett now. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
And I could see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
And he will find his man on the outside. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down.
Bennett now to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And running with power here. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The home team's offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. And what a start he's off to. You don't want to start prorating numbers out for 4 quarters, but it's fair to say this defense is going to have to find some way to slow him down.
Open man here is Conklin. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. They're going to look to throw. Short throw to Disley. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be second down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Back to throw again.
Now this one finds McConkey.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On the end around, here comes Williams. And Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1 yard line. Now the Rams offense, they worked their way back on the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Bennett.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15.
After one, a 14-3 ball game. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. To throw is Bennett. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now.
Looking to throw. Bennett.
He gets this complete to Cephas.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
That's really good play design right there, and it's one that comes down to the offensive line. It's a deep in route, but it's only going to work if that line gives you time in the pocket to wait for the route to develop. Mission accomplished there as they pick up the 1st down.
Corum now on 1st and 10. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 9.
In motion, the tight end.
On 2nd and 9, Bennett.
Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
And this offense on 3rd down today, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Ethan Evans on now to punt.
49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
L.A. readies for its next possession. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end.
2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll run with Harris. Fights through him. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Out to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line.
The Rams offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
2nd and 10. They run straight ahead with Corum. And he'll get about 3 here up to the 44-yard line.
Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 31-yard line. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
On the give, it's Corum.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Denzel Perryman there to bring him down.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 9. Bennett now off play action. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down. Bennett here out of the shotgun. That is incomplete.
The Charger D making things difficult, and it's 4th down.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive, stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
So the margin shrinks a bit as back-to-back drives here for him, and with field goals.
Yeah, we know no one's turning down 3, especially in the first half, but you've got to finish these drives in the end zone. That's got to be a priority. Nice to have a reliable kicker, but outside of his agent, you know you'd rather him kick 1-pointers instead of 3-pointers.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. L.A. set to take over again on offense.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
From the 29, here's a 2nd and 7.
Looking to throw. Got his man. It's Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now a first down carry for Harris.
And he's across the 45. It'll be second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Well, so often now we're praising tight ends for their nimbleness and how they catch the ball downfield. But occasionally we get a reminder that tight ends, they've got that tough guy aspect too. How about him catching that short one there, shaking off tacklers, and turning that into an expansive gain downfield.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On first down, he'll drop to throw.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down.
This is Harris. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown.
Mike Williams.
A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Chargers go up by 2 touchdowns.
There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the lead is up to 15 now. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And in the end, it was Mike Williams who capped the drive with a touchdown reception.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Rams offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football.
And here's Bennett throwing to start the drive. Over the middle, it's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that will bring up second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up second down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. Here it's 3rd and 2.
That is caught.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
From the gun, a give to Corum.
Shoves him aside. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Bennett looking to throw. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, He doesn't drop many of those, but third down coming up.
Back to throw. Bennett. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. So on fourth down, Sean McVay going to send out the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Well, Mike Williams and his Charger offense getting set for the next series.
He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
3rd and 2. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
A short throw to Conklin, the tight end.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it's 2nd down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end.
2nd and 13.
Dancing to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 29-yard line. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Looking middle, and that's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
And that nearly intercepted. Oh, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8.
They'll look to throw again. He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown.
Mike Williams ready for the regular season with his second touchdown of the game. And the Chargers are able to stretch out their lead. Well, to put it mildly, he's been able to dice up this secondary all game long, and this time that was a missile that he threw into the end zone and adding another touchdown to his ledger.
And I think we see these youngsters develop a lot quicker than we ever have, because when they get started in this game, they're not just throwing passes around. They're reading coverages early. So now they're like seasoned pros earlier in their career. How about this one here? If they win this ball game, a game ball definitely coming from his head coach.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Now the Rams going to take over late in this first half as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go. Bennett working from the gun. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. And Bennett will look to throw. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on third down. To the right side, this is Corum.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Chargers going to take over now late in this first half. And they do have terrific starting field position, but no timeouts to work with, so they'll need to operate quickly.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another, because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a minute. Week 2 of the preseason is upon us. Each team now with just one more game after this one, and then we will get it all started as we normally do on the first Thursday after Labor Day. In our game, still a lot to keep an eye on. Guys battling, trying to make a ball club. We'll send it back to 2 guys already on our team. That's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And able to get this out to the 25.
So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out.
And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
The Rams offense ready for their drive here against their L.A. brethren.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
On play action, now Garoppolo.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Throwing now is Garoppolo.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Rams first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Garoppolo again. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. And they'll run it with Hunter. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down. In motion goes the tight end. Here's Garoppolo to throw.
A short one there taken in by Ferguson.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Garoppolo now. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, if they have any designs on getting back into this football game in the second half, they're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were on this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Taking it about the 16. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Charger offense making their way back out there.
And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset.
The Charger offense set to take over in this battle for L.A. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Short throw to Disley.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down.
They go play action. Now Heineke.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Rice. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Here now, 3rd and a yard.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Hampton, and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 1st down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that 1st.
Throwing. Heineke. Delivers the pass to Rager on the out route.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Here's Heineke.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable, usually an excellent target, and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
1 1st down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And the Rams now coming out on the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Out of the gun, they give it to Corum.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Garoppolo looks to throw.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point of the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
That's complete to Disley, the tight end. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
First carry of the game for Hassan Haskins.
And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
3rd and 4. Heineke now.
Short throw to Disley. And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
That's taken in left side by Whittington.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Running left, Corum.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. To throw is Garoppolo. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. 2nd and 9. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Looking to throw. Heineke.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
From the shotgun, it's Heineke.
Eluding the pressure. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, this O-line, they've had trouble with a pass rush all game long. This time it cost them 2 points.
I mean, you've got a quarterback back there who's running for his life, and he's had no time to throw the football. They've sacked him time and again, and this time they do it in the end zone.
You said it, partner. No time. None whatsoever. After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick.
And they'll accept that penalty.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Now a handoff for Corum.
Fighting through, and he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
46 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd down and a yard.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And 3rd and 1 now.
They'll try and run for the first with Corum.
And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
2nd down and 8.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Charger defensive unit making their way back out there. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Heineke to throw it. And quickly finding Rager.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34. Rager, the man in motion. To throw is Heineke. That'll be caught. Rager with it.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
On play action, Heineke. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Up the middle they go. Hampton, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Hampton, and he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
Heineke. Now that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on 3rd down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just loft one toward the bench. Not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. It's 2nd down. Up the middle. Here's Corum.
And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23.
57 yards rushing for him now to this point.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Again, it's Corum.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down L.A.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
To the right side, that's Whittington.
Just a gain of a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports.
Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Here's a 2nd and 8.
It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter.
He'll get that complete to Parkinson.
A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did in a big way there.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
To get back in this ball game, big plays are going to be necessary. And here's one right on cue. Coming up with 3 scores here in the 4th is not going to be an easy task, but that's good work there to bite off a chunk of yards.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Throw left side complete. That's Hunter. Touchdown, L.A. A great effort there. 30 yards.
And the Rams are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So that drives 7 plays in length. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
So out come the Chargers. Now all of a sudden we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a 2-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. But we've seen this before. When you've kind of been in shutdown mode for a while thinking that you're okay, it's hard to mash the gas again and have everything work perfectly. They've got to fashion together a good drive right here and now.
Because defensively, got to be feeling confident. They haven't allowed a point this half. And he is going to lose yardage here.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for L.A.
Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The drive starts with a carry by Corum. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 81 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Garoppolo. Throw out wide is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away, but the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
He's going to let this one go deep, and that's caught inside the 30. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. A big play there for L.A. 55 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Garoppolo now. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down. Hunter. Showed off the footwork, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. From 6 yards away. And the Rams have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field.
They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Rice.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for L.A. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. The Rams offense ready for their drive here against their L.A. brethren. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 95 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This is Hunter. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down L.A. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
On play action, now Garoppolo. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down L.A.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll go down at the 28. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. He's able to get 4 back on the run, but now they'll have to find something here on 3rd and about 14. Here's Hunter.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And this one is right through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So it was 4th down and 1 in the red zone, but they elect to take just the 3.
And I'm a little bit surprised that that's exactly what they decided to do. I kind of thought that they would go for it in that situation. But sometimes I'm sure you just think to yourself, take the 3 points, put them in your pocket, and move on.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. Here's Heineke. That one caught by Rice.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Now Heineke.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, ball's out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Haskins now on 1st and 10.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Hampton. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Now Heineke. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a halt. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Hampton. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Throwing. Heineke. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. He finds his man, complete. That's Hampton. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
Here now, 2nd and goal. Haskins will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. Now remember now, no overtime here in the preseason, so in a tie game, this ought to be a fight to the finish. They'll try with Haskins.
And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here, back to the 2. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for the lead in the final stages. And his kick is indeed good, and they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes.
So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
The visitors' offense and Blake Corum set to take over again. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout.
Back to throw, Garoppolo. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game.
They'll come up now on second down.
Now Garoppolo. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. This defense hasn't had the best showing in this game, but a critical knockdown there. If they can hang on, I guess the end will kind of justify the means.
Certainly, and just think of it this way. It may not be the quantity of the plays that they've had because those haven't been great, but they get a few more quality ones like that. That could finish things off for them.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
Now Garoppolo, gotta have this one. And it's gonna be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. So they've gone for it twice now on fourth down of this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
And they will take a knee here. Victory formation time for the Chargers. They take a knee.
Well, partner, you and I were excited for this one today, and it certainly had its moments. Some good execution at times by both of these offenses. Defenses both made some plays as well, and always a joy to be up here in the booth next to you, my friend.
Yeah, it's a privilege to be up here in the booth next to you as well. Thanks for taking the time, and let's go ahead and get ready for our next one, right? I'll see you in the film room. Get that preparation started now.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Southern California, so long, everybody.